Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com.
Hi, I'm Joanne Carnahan, and I am with the East Central Iowa Draft Horse and Mule Association. We've been out here at the Brown Farm Pioneer Days for probably 9 of the 11 years that it's been going on. My husband and I started the East Central Iowa Draft Horse and Mule Association 3 years ago now. We have a group of friends that are interested in gathering together and doing different things with our horses, so we try to get together probably at least once a month and do something fun with our animals. It's pretty cool when you can take a 1,800 to 2,000 pound animal and get some work done with them. We call ourselves a team because it isn't just us as the driver, it's the horses as well, and how well we work together. And when you can move logs or plow a field, it's a pretty good feeling. So this is an 80-some acre site. It was donated by Lloyd Brown. He had a collection of antiques. He had a small farm here. He was interested in various implements, and several of the implements that we are using in the field today were actually part of his collection. There's a plow over there that seems to be various parts. There is a disc, farm wagon, manure spreader. So we did not want this to just be a museum. We wanted it to be a working museum. So we pulled some of these things out of the sheds and some of it out of the weeds. And we started just putting them together and enjoying his collection. We have actually started having several events out here. They did a corn planting day earlier. They were going to do something with a check row planting in hopes to have something later on in the season to be able to do some picking, some with tractor, maybe get the draft horses in here and do some hand picking. So we have had more than one event out here since it all started.
I kind of got involved with it through some friends of mine before I knew them, but I enjoy coming up here, getting into some of this old stuff. I've got 47 years down in Mount Pleasant too, so I'm interested in some of this old stuff, and like to work with it. Like the bunch of people we got here, and not to have these young people coming on, or we're going to lose it entirely. We sure don't want to do that, but. I've got 3 kids here, 3 of my kids here with their in-laws and working with it, and same way down at Mount Pleasant there too. We're trying to involve all these young people that we can. We had 2 junior drivers yesterday afternoon in the obstacle course, and they've done a real good job.
Girls, lady drivers.
Yeah, girl drivers.
Probably East Central has a good share of young enthusiasts. I would say we've got my daughter and Brian and Gabby and Felicity. Yeah, we've got several young.
And we got some more coming. More coming too.
Yeah. And that is kind of what, we have coined the phrase patience and guidance, and this is our guy.
I'm to the point where I can't throw harness anymore. My shoulders have given out, and I go to the meetings and tear everybody apart.
I bet.
I hope they don't get too miffed at me.
No, and we take a little bit of advice from everybody, and each person uses what works for them. So You never know. The first draft horse event that we showed up to, we pulled in with a team of younger mares, and the older gentleman asked us, what do you need? And we said patience and guidance, and that's kind of what we want to bring to the East Central and the Brown Farm. We're all about getting the lines in somebody's hands who's maybe never driven before. We have a Facebook site and we have a website. Iowa Draft Horse and Mule Association is our parent group. We are a chapter of that group, and there's 5 chapters in Iowa. I think there's 5 chapters with a capacity of 6, and we just set that up in order to keep events at more of a local level.
Yep.
It's statewide, so if you get on www.iowadrafthorse.com, there's a listing of the memberships, there's a listing of the state events, there's also an Iowa Draft Horse and Mule Association Facebook page, which probably would be more current than the website in most cases. And then East Central Iowa Draft Horse and Mule Association also has its own Facebook page. So we organize things here at the local level. I think it's really important that people get out here and get to see where we've come from, because it really isn't that long ago in the whole scheme of things. We're talking 100 years of progress, and we've gone from driving a horse and buggy to town every day to bigger and a car that almost drives itself. So to come see how our forefathers would have worked the land, and the smells, the sights, the sounds, listening to the steam engines and what it takes, the massive amount of power those can put out, and what it takes to yesterday they went out and plowed with 8-bottom
steamer
with a steam engine. So to come over here with the draft horses and watch them with just a simple sulky plow, and then go out back and see that, it's really quite a bit of progress. It's pretty amazing, the ingenuity. Some of the things I know my husband has said to people before, if you want to work with draft horses, pay attention in physics class, because there's a whole lot more going on there than you realize. With the horses, everything is backwards. If you want the plow to go deeper, you set the pin higher, and it depends on the soil, and there's a whole lot of leverage, the point of draft on the animal, so that the harness works at maximum function in a safe manner. So the Brown Farm Pioneer Days, we've decided that the last full weekend in July is when our event will occur. It is from 10 to 5 both days. The event actually runs on donations, so at this point we've been able to keep it a free will donation event, so you can.
What is the period that you're doing?
Try to do early 1840s, mountain man type, back then. When I do a setup, like up the Osage, they have a bunch of kids coming in, and I show them what a mountain man needed to survive, what he all carried with him to go out to the field. Traps, hot tomahawk or a hatchet, good sharp knife.
Kind of an emphasis on self-sufficiency, isn't
stuff
it?
that he had to carry himself.
Yeah.
Until he was rich enough to get a horse or a mule.
Yep. Right.
But show them how to start a fire without matches, and they had to know that. If they didn't, they got cold in the wintertime if they couldn't build a fire.
Right.
And that's what they cooked their meals with. Is everything was in the wilderness, what they got, what they ate. That's what we try to do.
It's important to you to be correct with what you're doing for the most part.
To the most part, yeah, as close as you can. Nowadays it's come a long ways compared to what back there. I'd like to go back and spend some time like that back there, hardcore, for maybe a month. But coming back to a good hot shower and setting the table and be kind of nice. I make these braziers.
Okay.
I'm making some of them I've been selling, but basically my camp kitchen, fold up table, stools like this chair here that I'm sitting on. It's all fold up, compact, and just that easy. You can walk away with it, and sit on a lug in a chair that you can't do that. Takes up a lot of time to set up. And it's got a back on it. When you get old like I am, my
cushion is nice.
Cushions. I'm getting ready to do a muzzleloader shoot over here a little bit.
All right, so you got powder in your pouch?
Yep.
All right.
There's powder in this.
Uh-huh.
The rest of my stuff, caps and ball is all down here on the table.
Uh-huh.
But I just, well, more or less what you say, you come out here, camp out, and get away from the hustle and bustle, get your sanity back here. Barn lamps, kerosene lamps, some of them with candles. The club that we belong to is the Buffalo Fork Settlers. It goes way back out of Anamosa. It's where the Wapsie and the Buffalo River meets. Years ago, that's where Anamosa kind of got started.
Okay.
Because they camped out there. And it just, some of the other histories, them guys picked up on and started this club, and it's been around for quite a while. We don't use compound bows here. We use either long bows or recurves. Muzzle loaders are all either ball and cap or flintlock.
Uh-huh.
And our knives, we throw homemade knives that we throw at targets, and our tomahawk, we have a tomahawk throwing stuff. But it's a way of life. It's interesting, and pick up. Every time you go around, somebody comes up, they picks things up to do this, do that, making this. Makes it a little easier sometimes. But
And this is the box that's got your cooler inside.
yeah, that's a cooler inside.
Kind of hidden away from...
Yeah, well, I got, oops, excuse me.
You're fine.
But I got a
Styrofoam
in here, and
Nice. Yeah.
it's empty right now.
Right. Yep.
But usually I keep I had a case of water in there, meat and stuff in there. Took it all
Where
out
you
of
do
it.
your morning
Yeah,
wash.
that's where I take that's what I use to wash up at night before I go to bed. And I made this. Got made out of yardsticks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Little coffee pots. Another one with knives and forks and
Sure. All kinds of cooking stuff.
all my cooking stuff is in here. Coffee cup, my plate, different pots and pans down in there.
So you get all this on the back of a truck?
I got a trailer that all this
Holds
gets.
it on? Yep.
I put all of it in there. Some of it goes into my pickup, and
Yep.
haul it around.
And those are pretty old trucks on that wagon.
Yep, I got that done making that about 3 weeks ago.
It's nice. Where'd the trucks come from?
I picked them up at a garage sale. I thought, well, different things I was going to do with them, and I got a homemade cannon that's got wheels on it about like this in here.
Okay.
And I had this that I was going to make me another cannon, but it didn't. But
Could have carried some weight on that.
yep, that's what I use. It's heavy.
It is. Yeah, you can put some weight on
And
that.
this is what I use to carry my wood up here now. I used to have one. I carried that one up there. You'd lay your wood in
Yep.
in that, and then have to bring it back. So this makes it easier on an old fat man.
We started publishing the Draft Horse Wall Calendar 40 years ago. It quickly became a holiday tradition for families to give and receive our calendars. Many tell us it wouldn't be Christmas if there wasn't a Draft Horse calendar under the tree. We've always found the best, most interesting photos showing a variety of draft horse breeds put to a wide range of tasks, from threshing oats, making hay, logging hardwood, and performing before appreciative crowds. This year is no different, and the quality hasn't changed either. They cost $16.95 each, postage paid, and prices go down as you buy more. Give us your gift list and we can send them on your behalf. Visit www.ruralheritage.com to order, or call toll-free 877-647-2452. That's ruralheritage.com or 877-647-2452.
These here are ball and cap
Percussion.
Okay.
percussions.
There's a flintlock.
There's a
right
50 cal. I shoot 50 calibers. I think that's what yours is, ain't it?
My pistol is.
Yeah.
I got it back in the box. I'll bring it up when I'm done shooting the rifle.
And so percussion is when the piece strikes the
cap.
and so that's more modern than flintlock, which
Yes.
creates a fire.
Yep.
Flintlock right
The
here.
flintlock compared to a cap, ball and cap here, and that there's a flintlock.
Flintlock is right here. You know, just
There's
put
the
the
difference.
frism down. You know, when you cock the hammer.
Yep.
And you fill your pan full of powder.
Okay.
Put it down. It's not loaded. I'll keep it downrange if you got the cameras going. And you just cock the hammer, pull the trigger, and you should see a spark.
Sure enough.
And that ignites the powder. It's in the chamber or in a breech, and then out she goes.
And this is a newer style from that. Is your powder, you put a cap on here, and when you hammer hits this, it fires that cap and it goes through and shoots. But the same thing is
Same thing. The only difference is the ignition. You know.
Yep. Is this slightly more reliable than this?
Yes.
Yeah. And this one, if it doesn't go, you're a little careful before you recharge it or prime it.
Yeah.
Even
all
if
of
this,
them, you know,
if it goes off, the cap goes off and it don't fire, you don't go swinging around.
Right.
You count to 10 or something, and then you turn around and you try to put another cap on it and keep going. If you can't, then you got to pull the nipple out and put a wire down through there and then get it.
It's a loaded gun, and it
it's a loaded
at that
gun,
point,
and
it
it
can go
is
off at any
dangerous.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And all I ever use is 50 grains of powder in mine.
Okay.
Even in the rifle shooting here is 50 grains.
And these are reproductions?
Yep.
I built this rifle.
You built that rifle, no kidding.
So,
and you call it a rifle because it's rifled on the...
it's a rifle barrel.
Yes. Barrel? Yeah, okay. And so all of those are developments that were made over a period of time.
Right.
There was flintlocks before they were rifled, and that would have been called what was that called then?
Before the flintlock, they had matchlock and wheel locks.
Okay.
Wheel lock was like a friction toy. They wind her up, and then it'd shoot, and then it cause sparks, and then go ahead and ignite it there. Your what they call your just a senior moment here. Anyway, the ones had a fuse on it. You cock it, light the fuse. They left them burn, and then go ahead and it'd shoot. It wasn't fast. It wouldn't slam down. It would just come down and touch the primer, and then away she'd go. You know?
Okay.
So
50 caliber. It'd be the same thing as that. These here is like a Kentucky long rifles.
Okay.
And like Daniel Boone would use, that's what he always carried, something like this.
Yeah.
This here's a shorter rifle, and that's what a lot of the mountain men had. There was rifles like this, but with the flintlock. But they were double triggered, because when you pull the hammer back, you pull the one trigger back, and then they make the other one would be a hair trigger.
I see. Okay.
And then it has the other sights where he has this. I got adjustable sights on his. His is fixed.
Okay.
Yeah. To adjust mine, I have to tap them right or left.
Yep,
with the hammer.
right or left.
Yeah.
And this in here, I can take and run this, raise this up and down, and then there's a one on the side here. I can slide it back and forth. But the one up on the front is all. Most of them are all fixed.
Hi, I'm Joe Mishka of Rural Heritage Magazine. I'm on location of one of the many events we cover that celebrates our rural heritage. If you enjoy our show, check out our magazine, where you'll learn more about the people that blend the past with what works today. You can save almost 20% off the newsstand price by subscribing at ruralheritage.com or chat with us at 877-647-2452. That's toll-free, 877-647-2452.
This is the 7000 antique. Richard McAfee is going first.
don't think he hurt me.
Shoot down in here. We're going to tie a bale here in a minute. Block, Dad.
Come on. You only have to do it once or twice.
Come on, Shelly. Come on.
Okay, going on the tie side here in a second. Get them both through, Kevin.
So this is when you want to feed the string, you take it like this and you push it through the bale. The other end of the bale, you stick that in there and they grab the needle or you pull it back.
Okay.
And then you have to tie it. Big enough for us.
This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of back-to-the-land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.